And we are back with another episode of Straight Out the Lou. As always, I'm Dylan, joined by Luke and Chris. And today it is Monday, July 11th, 2022. We're coming to you with some news about baseball, off-season in basketball, and the off-season in football. We will start talking about the Red Sox and the All-Star lineups for the AL and NL. Luke, Chris, you want to get us going on some Sox here?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, pretty good series, Chris, overall. You got to say, split with the Yankees. You can't complain about that, especially with how banged up the Red Sox are. A couple big hits from your guys last night, Trevor Story, JD Martinez, your two favorites coming through. So that was nice. But, still 14 games out of first place, having a good season. Tampa Bay and New York again this week. It's going to be tough. Pedro Martinez is on the mound tonight, though, at least. So that's good. We'll see how he does. But I was just thinking about some trade options, Sims. I was looking at three guys in particular. I don't know if you would be interested in them. Remember Daniel Bard?
Of course.
He's on my fantasy team. Great player.
I don't know. Maybe we bring him in for absolutely nothing because I'm sure Colorado doesn't care, right? Who we give him? We can give him like a top 20 prospect.
Or give him Dahlbeck.
Yeah, or Dahlbeck. Michael Fulmer, another one. Pretty solid pitcher.
Yep.
He can start too, so that'd be pretty good. And then Josh Bell. Are you in on Josh Bell?
I guess. I mean, I just don't. The Red Sox, to me, have got to address the bullpen before anything else. So if they're going to go get a guy like Josh Bell or Trey Mancini, that's great. But they better also be getting somebody like Jorge Lopez or Daniel Bard.
Do you think they will shore up the bullpen though?
They better, or else they're going to be like, well, actually, we have 47 starters coming off the injured list, and that's really a great trade deadline acquisition for us, like last year when Sale came back, and they said that was their big acquisition. Yeah, good series.
Yeah.
The Red Sox have they've won 5 of their last 13, and they've gained ground in the wild card.
You guys have to explain to me how Trevor Story's hitting 220 and only has 15 bombs, but he has 58 RBIs.
He just hits with guys in scoring position. It's like the only time he hits. It's bizarre. I mean, he strikes out way too much. If he cut down the strikeouts, he would hit all the nerd stats like crazy, and they would love him. Obviously, I want to see the average 250. I think a lot of people are expecting him to have a second half surge based on his career numbers. I doubt it at this point. I think he'll just sit around this 220 to 230 mark. But he does get hits with runners in scoring position, so we'll take it at least. Unlike Dahlbeck's at bat with the bases loaded, nobody out yesterday. That was one of the worst at bats I've seen in a long time from a major league hitter. I've never seen that before. Just swinging at 2 fastballs that don't start in the zone and don't ever they're cutting into him. I don't understand what those swings were, Chris. I mean, never seen it.
Do you guys like Baseball Reference? Like the
Sure.
old website? All right, so they're ranking the top 12 players here for the Red Sox. It's based on WAR. I know you guys aren't huge fans of that stat, but I want you guys to try to guess the top 5 in order for WAR.
Devers.
One's definitely Devers.
Correct.
Bogarts 2.
Correct.
You can take the next guess.
Story correct.
Really? Because of his defense?
I guess
that count?
It
that
has
counts
to be
with WAR?
Yes, and RBIs most likely.
Oh, that makes sense. Then probably 4th is probably Verdugo.
Nope. Verdugo's not even in the top 12.
Are there pitchers on this?
Yes.
Nick Pivetta.
No.
It's probably Rich Hill.
Michael Wacha coming in.
Oh, that makes sense. The ace. Yeah, that makes sense.
John
I wouldn't be able to
Schreiber.
get the rest then.
5 is John Schreiber. Correct.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get. If Salomore is in the top 10 though.
No, he is not. I'll name you the rest of the top 12. So then 6, Pivetta, 7, JD, 8, Evaldi, 9, Tanner Huck, 10, Vasquez, 11, Austin Davis, and 12, Whitlock.
Awesome.
I mean, yeah, it just shows how flawed WAR is though overall. Sure, you can get the top two to you can get 3 of the top 5 players in the Red Sox, right? But the rest is just that's a lot of relievers for a bullpen that's pretty bad.
They must have had some clutch outings, some good holds, something. I don't know. It's such a weird stat. I agree with you guys. You can't really judge. Sims, I prefer the eye test. You're just
The eye test, yes.
the patented eye test.
Yeah.
Come on.
But
It's a
what
every time.
what I will say about the Red Sox position is in Sims, I am totally out on Toronto, just like we predicted last time we were on, Dylan and I. I'm out on Toronto. I'm out. I don't think they're making playoffs.
They just don't have the pitching right now outside of Gosman, no? Like
God, they're terrible. 1-9 in their last 10.
They will
And
still make the
Gosman's also
playoffs.
stat padded 3 times against the Red Sox.
Them and the Rays are very similar in that whenever they play a bad team, they just completely lay down and they show up against better teams. They'll get going down the stretch against some better AL East teams, and they'll take advantage of it. And I still think they'll make it.
You think Toronto is better than Tampa?
Yep,
I think Tampa,
they're better than the Red Sox too.
Yeah, but will they finish higher than the Red Sox? So they were better than the Red Sox last year.
Oh, that's true.
Without a doubt.
I don't know. But I mean, to me, any of those teams really, there's no excuse for any of them to miss the playoffs because they all should beat up on these teams outside of the division. These teams outside of the division are so bad. I don't understand.
Seattle's won 8 in a row.
I know. I don't get it. I don't know how. They're so not talented at all. The Red Sox have gone, they've won 5 of their last 13. They've gained ground in the wild card because these teams are so bad, including the Rays and Blue Jays against these bad teams. I don't understand it. When you play teams like the Reds, you shouldn't be getting swept like the Rays just did, or the Mariners and getting swept like the Blue Jays just did. I mean, I just don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we made it pretty clear what the Red Sox concerns are. I know you wanted to talk about the All-Star teams, Dylan.
Sure. But before that, so then what do you guys see the playoff picture in the AL looking like? You have 6 playoff teams this year.
So Yankees, Twins, Stros, division winners, whatever order you want. I mean, Yankees, Stros, Twins, probably what it will be.
Yes.
Red Sox 4, Tampa 5, Seattle 6.
Seattle.
Toronto misses. Toronto misses. I'm out on Toronto.
All right. That's not bad. I mean, I'll take that. That's a decent take. But yes, transitioning to the All-Star rosters.
What a joke those are.
No pitchers for the Red Sox.
I'm shocked.
Well, yeah.
So, no Michael Wacha? Has he not had enough innings or what?
Yeah, he's been hurt. He's been a little banged up, missing starts. He's probably missed about 7 starts.
Okay.
The only one would be John Schreiber, but I mean, he's a reliever, so it's tough.
Sure. Right. Yeah. Okay. But then I'm looking at the National League starters, and they still do the fan vote, correct? For the majority of it.
I don't understand how Dansby Swanson isn't starting at shortstop.
And I also do not understand how Jock Peterson is starting in the outfield, hitting 250. He has 17 bombs, sure, but oh god.
Wait, who are the other 2 in the outfield? I don't have it in front of me right now. It's Betts and who?
Acuna.
Oh, he's played 20 games.
Yeah, so it has to be a fan vote thing still.
The starters are fan vote.
Wait, so who are the other outfielders? I mean, I know Harper's a DH, right? Or Schwarber. What is Schwarber, an outfielder?
Schwarber is an outfield backup, outfield reserve. Yeah, Schwarber, Soto, Starling Marte, and Ian Happ are the outfield reserves.
Oh god, those are pretty bad.
Yeah, the National League.
Schwarber though, should be starting over Jock Peterson. That's a joke.
Yes, of course. I mean, I think the issue is that it's still the fan vote. You're not getting the best players in there, but they need the fan engagement. It's a little flawed.
You know what's the biggest joke, and the people at Bates and probably all around the country will hate it, because it's great for baseball. But the fact that Yordan Alvarez is not starting this All-Star game is a disgrace to baseball.
No, you need Shohei, man. You need Shohei.
That's such a disgrace. Oh yeah, what is he going to go up there and I don't understand what they expect out of this guy. No one cares about Shohei Ohtani.
It's a fan vote.
No one cares. It's 50% fan vote, or do you think
the starters are all fan vote?
100%.
That's so bad.
Yeah,
that's so bad. That's so bad. And
I think Alvarez
for the
Astros
Astros,
the finalist, so they narrow it down to 2, the top 2 vote getters, and they have 2 finalists, and it was Shohei and Alvarez, and somehow Ohtani beat him out for the DH by the fans,
which is ridiculous. And he's going to pitch too.
Yes, he's going to pitch as well.
Of course.
They love highlighting. I'm reading this article on CBS Sports about it, and it says in bold, this is the second straight season that Ohtani was chosen both as a designated hitter and as a pitcher. No one else has ever had that happen even once.
Yeah, did you know he does both?
Oh my God. This is insane. I had no idea. He's the next Babe Ruth, in case you didn't know.
You know what's so sad but so true about it is this will be the biggest game of the year again for him.
Yeah. Yes.
No one cared. No one
and
else
for
watches
Trout.
it.
And for Trout.
No one cares. I don't put Angels games on. No one cares. Like I don't understand.
I remember the
terrible.
beginning of the year, they had a decent start, and their odds for winning the World Series, they were top 5. Like, it's just the hype around this team is so
They want Mike Trout's team to be good so bad, and they just can't figure it out. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, now it's not even Trout. Now it's all Shohei. Like, you don't really hear Trout's name anymore.
And he's definitely better than Shohei too.
I mean, he has like 25 bombs, something like that. Like,
and he's probably hitting close to 300 compared to Shohei, who's probably hitting like 230.
Yeah, I think Trout's hovering around 280 mark, or at least he was.
Not ideal for him, but it's Mike Trout. He's still an unbelievable player.
Yeah,
he's starting for the American League, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Stanton's also starting in the outfield for the American League. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Stanton, Judge, and Trout.
And then who are the reserves? Who are the reserves though? Like Kyle Tucker make it? Yeah.
I just lost it. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Yeah, but I mean, All-Star roster is a little bit of a disappointment. Tim Anderson, really? At shortstop?
He should be a short.
Why?
Look at his stats. He's having a great year.
He's not better than Xander Bogaerts.
I don't think he is either, but he's having a better year.
I mean, I guess. Dansby should also be starting at short in the National League.
Who's starting in the National League?
Trey Turner.
Yeah. I mean,
a lot of people are very upset about the Dansby. And Jazz Chisholm.
Yeah, that's bad. That one's bad.
Over what's his name? Who's the other second baseman there in the National League?
Second baseman in the National League.
He's starting over someone that should. I forget.
CJ Crone?
No, he's a first baseman.
Jeff McNeil.
Yeah, McNeil should be starting. McNeil's having a great year. You know, there's one name that's not on the National League roster.
Francisco Lindor. Didn't make it.
How much money are they paying him?
I don't know, like $300 million to not make the All-Star team.
And Bogarts probably has a higher WAR than him this year too, right?
Probably. Bogarts'
awesome.
WAR is way up this year because his defense is much improved according to the nerds.
Yeah, it's just because Story gets everything up the middle.
That may or may not be true.
No, but baseball's going. It's the dog days, but the Red Sox, we got a tough schedule. We got to make a move here, unlike last year. So, unfortunately,
we got Austin Davis and Kyle Schwarber last year. So,
yeah, unfortunately for the Giants, let's playing a little 500 ball here.
Not much to report. Mediocre season. Very much.
Jock Peterson, though.
Yes, Jock Peterson, 250, 17 bombs, and he's an all-star starter.
Worst defensive outfielder in the league, too.
Can't hit against left-handed pitching also, but he's an all-star starter, which is great. Great for the
What do you think he'll be hitting in the lineup? 9?
Yeah, like 8, 9, like bottom. But yeah, the Giants they only have 2 good players. They have Logan Webb, they have Carlos Rodon. Everybody else needs to just be cut, and they need to restart. And yeah, there's no offense. There's no pitching outside of those 2. You're not really going to win many games if that's the case. So nothing to really report on that front. But transitioning to basketball, right after we finished our last episode, breaking news, Kevin Durant wants out of Brooklyn. And so now you're hearing all these crazy trade packages. I just want to hear your guys' take on camera. Go for
it. Ridiculous trade request. Like, come on. So first of all, he signs a contract there in the first place to opt out after this season. And then he re-ups for 4 more years and then he's demanding a trade. Like, they don't need to trade him. Like, that's ridiculous. You sign it just shows how brutal the NBA is. The players just own the league. Unfortunately, I don't know. This is typical KD. We've seen it before, things don't go his way. He just wants to leave and find a better situation, which, I understand, like, trying to win championships, but still, it's more soft in this instance, in my opinion. But would I trade for him? 100%. I would trade Jaylen Brown right away if I was the Celtics, for sure. But also, I like the move with Brogdon. We'll stay on KD for right now, but I mean, Phoenix, I think, would be the best place for him to land if he wants to win a championship.
Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything you said, but I would just like to take this moment to just lay into all of the screen teamers on Twitter who are telling me that it would be catastrophic for the Celtics to trade Jaylen Brown for Kevin Durant. That would be a bad thing for the Celtics. That is outrageous. You would never hear that from any other fan base in Boston. These green teamers are out of control after going to the finals. The Celtics should still, even after these great moves they've made, Gallinari and Brogdon, should still be calling the Nets every day, trying to trade Jaylen Brown and 48 first-round picks for Kevin Durant.
True. What do you guys think about the rumors that there's a door open for a return to Golden State?
Yeah. That's honestly where I think he'll end up, to be honest with you.
Really?
That's right. You guys have the best to offer.
True, but
because you have the wide
unload.
upside.
I guess you could unload Wiggins his contract. You'd probably have to give up like Wiggins, maybe Poole as well, and then
Wiggins, Poole, Wiseman, Kuminga, like 2 first-round picks. That's probably what it would be.
What? KD's there for another 2 seasons. You win. I guess
you win 2 more championships.
But your future's gone, and then that's it. And like that's your dynasty.
Well,
right?
your future's gone anyways. Curry and Thompson aren't exactly getting any younger. I mean, what you're not going to be like competing for championships when they retire immediately. Anyways,
Wiseman, I would not bank on Wiseman being a championship number 1 option for
or
sure.
Kuminga, let's not forget that I know I heard about how Jonathan Kuminga was the next Michael Jordan all season. Yes. I didn't see him once in the playoffs. Jordan Poole is a good player, but he's not a number 1 or number 2 or number 3 option. So, I mean, these are good young players, but I mean, after all these guys retire, you're not going to be competing right away.
Honestly, if you have that,
I completely disagree.
Why? If Jordan Poole's in a trade, hold on a second. If Jordan Poole's in a trade package for Kevin Durant, you unload him right now before the Knicks give him a $27 million contract next year, and you guys aren't going to be able to afford him, and he leaves the Warriors.
See, I think that if they are in the NBA finals, possibly, they're the favorites to win it. If they win another finals next year, ownership is already willing to go into the luxury tax, like way over the threshold.
Yeah, you guys have good owners.
And pay that. Like they're willing to do that. So I don't think Jordan Poole leaving is like a guarantee at all, especially with the restructuring they could do. Wiggins might walk, but I think they're going to try to keep Poole.
But like these teams that suck are going to go after him. That need like a point, like he's going to be the Jalen Brunson of this next free agency.
We'll see though. We'll see. I don't know if he's going to want to leave the culture that brought him up and made him the player he is. But in terms of
it's the NBA.
In terms of the championship window being over once Curry and Clay are gone, what's that? Like another 4 years, 5 years until they're like really like not performing where they need to be at the top tier. I think
might be done.
I really do think that there will be a big step taken in those 4 or 5 years by guys like Moses Moody, Kuminga, Wiseman. I'm telling you, these are guys who have put up the numbers for regular season.
Come on now.
They put up
this is a green teamer take.
This is a great. I was just about to say that. Romeo Langford, Aaron Neesmith, Peyton Pritchard.
These are not guys who've had multiple 30-point games in the regular season against good teams. Like these are guys who've just been like only projectable and haven't put anything on the stat sheet.
Oh, I understand. They're solid pieces.
These guys for the Warriors have done these things in game.
They're solid pieces. It's
not like they're only projectable. Moses Moody has had multiple 30-point games his rookie year. Kuminga, multiple 20-point games with double-double. I mean, these are guys who are doing it, not like only possibly being able to do it. It's been done.
So even if they, develop into because you said Curry, probably 4 more years of Curry, like peak Curry at the max, I would say.
I would say peak Curry, like 2. And then still going to be good for like another five.
So
six.
these guys are going to develop in these next few years into role player roles because Curry's there and Wiggins is there. So then when they leave, you guys are just going to be the Jazz. You guys are going to be the sixth seed in the West every year, because if these guys develop even to their max potential, Moses Moody's like a solid player. Kuminga, he's not going to be a superstar. Like he could be good, could be a 20-point per game guy, but you're banking on him to be a superstar. And you're banking on James Wiseman, who's already shown how soft he is throughout his 2-year career, to be a leader on this team?
No, I wouldn't say that. I'm not.
That's what you just said. You said you want to build for the future.
Yeah, but I'm not. No, I'm not saying Wiseman's going to be a leader. I'm not saying any of these things. I mean,
he would have to be if you want to still be in a championship role.
Oh, if you retain Jordan Poole, you have the core four of Jordan Poole, Moses Moody, Kuminga, and Wiseman. You build around that. Those are all like very, very projectable players who still have a lot of ceiling. Projectability, dangerous word. But as I've said, they've done it in the regular season already. There's no reason to say that they won't take the step like 5 times further and really develop into superstars. Like I just don't see how that isn't possible.
You know what this represents?
Yeah.
What's that?
That's the amount of those players that actually got playing time in the playoffs. These players aren't even playing, and they're going to be superstars.
That's fine.
They're not even playing basketball.
They were rookies.
They're just sitting on the bench. No rookie just doesn't blatantly doesn't play. Like not in the rotation.
Where were they going to fit into the rotation though? There was nowhere for them to go.
They could play over Gary Payton.
No. Gary Payton had a specific role. He was just like a lightning rod, went in there and just clamped dudes up and was there for the alley-oop.
Or Otto Porter. They could play over Otto Porter.
What do you think Moses Moody?
It's about the mindset. Like, right? This guy Otto Porter's been there. He's been around the league. He's been a winner. He's been good. Like, not a winner. He's been good though. He got the max deal that 1 year.
What is Moses Moody highest point per game in a season ever going to be?
I think he could sit like where Clay sits at like 20.
No, God, no. No way.
Yes.
This is bad.
You think Moses Moody won't be able to?
How is he going to sit at 20 if Jordan Poole is a superstar?
He literally does not play. Can you name a superstar in this league right now that didn't play their first or second year?
I think it's
blatantly didn't play.
It's a very unique situation that he was in though.
Yeah, like Terry Rozier with the Celtics.
Yeah.
No, this is a team that was easily winning the championship this year. I called it from day one. They were going to be what? 74 and
8. But Moody and
it was an unbelievable team. There just wasn't a space for him.
I don't know. I'm not buying that. I would trade them for Durant right away.
I don't like what that would mean for the future of the team. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, it means you just draft the next Steph Curry.
Seeing with how the Warriors have developed players, I would like to stick with the young guys they have and be able to have a good shot at winning a championship the next 2 years.
So you just said how good they are at developing players.
Yes.
They get Durant, and then they go into a rebuild. They're going to get the top players to develop.
I don't think they need to go into a whole rebuild, though. That's what I'm trying to say. They're going to have like a transition into this Curry-less age, but they'll be able to do that with the guys they already have on the roster. They won't need to create a new roster.
I agree with Chris overall that I wouldn't bank on Curry and Clay. They're getting older. Like you're not just gonna. I don't know.
Not a sure thing. It's not a sure thing, but
I wouldn't bank on running through the West again next year.
I do like where they're going.
I think Dallas is improving for sure. Another year for Luka, right? The Clippers can stay healthy. You might not just walk through the West this year again.
Oh, it's never a guarantee, but
yeah,
for the favorite,
probably yeah, of course.
So,
but what if Durant goes to Phoenix?
If Durant goes to Dallas, I'm scared. If Luka and Durant play together, I'm most scared with that because I think Phoenix would have to give up Devin Booker, and that's the whole point is to have Devin Booker and KD together.
Yeah.
So.
Whatever on KD though, we'll see. Who knows? This trade probably won't even happen until September or October now at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
the Kyrie trade.
Did you hear he's gone like dark?
Yeah,
He's not talking to anybody.
he pulled an E-Rod.
Yeah, what's going? Yeah, that's weird too. Another big move in the NBA. Timberwolves. Timberwolves are going to be good too. Rudy Gobert. So,
They might be standing on top of the scorers table after the play-in game again. You never know.
That's true. That was unbelievable. I still couldn't believe they did that. That was ridiculous. But Sims, what do you think? Top 5 team in the West next year?
No. And I would also like to say that this was the most Danny Ainge trade I've ever
Oh,
seen.
well, yeah, of course. They're going into a
He
rebuild.
just accumulated so many draft picks that he is never going to give up, and a bunch of nothing players from the Timberwolves, and traded a player who makes zero positive impact on the floor because he is so limited offensively. So let's see. Teams that are better than them: Warriors, Grizzlies, Phoenix, Clippers, Mavericks. That's just 5 to name you. Nuggets. There's another one. Who else is in the West?
I don't know, man. I like that core though.
Pelicans.
D'Lo, Ant, Towns, and Gobert is pretty good.
I guess. I mean, D'Angelo Russell.
I mean, I don't think it was trading your 2029 first round pick good.
Oh, I don't care that they traded the picks, because picks. I learned from Danny Ainge that picks mean nothing to me. But it's just like a trade that I feel just doesn't do anything, because Rudy Gobert is so limited offensively. And we've seen in Utah, he doesn't take anybody over the top.
Utah also didn't have like a Karl Anthony Towns.
Well, Donovan Mitchell is, you could argue, makes a bigger impact because he's a wing. And Karl Anthony Towns is a big man. And the Utah had so many shooters surrounding Gobert for so long.
But your argument is that he's a big man who can't score, right? But then they have Karl Anthony Towns, who is a big man who can score. They also have Anthony Edwards, who is like a Donovan Mitchell-esque player.
Good player. I mean, I just think it's going to be clogged up on the inside with both of them standing around in there. I know Karl Anthony Towns can shoot, but still, it's going to be clogged up, in my opinion. And you're basically playing 4-on-5 on offense, because Rudy Gobert is inept on offense and can't step out of the paint.
I'm not saying they're going to win a championship, but I like the general idea of it, and especially for a franchise that's always just been irrelevant.
Yes, it's worth a shot. Worth a shot.
Yeah. Some other news on the NBA. Bradley Beal signs a 5-year deal to be a 5-year loser for the rest of his career. He'll be like the Russell Westbrook, opting into his contract in 5 years. We'll have to hear about that. Russell Westbrook is also back with the Lakers.
Yes.
Big news there. Lakers looking pretty good next season. Oh, also, back to the Warriors real quick. How is Moses Moody and them going to play with Dante DiVincenzo now on the team too? Because he's just flat out better than them.
Gary Payton's gone.
Where's he going?
He's going to Portland.
What an idiot.
Yeah. No, he's gone. JTA's gone. Damian Lee is gone.
Oh. Wow.
Let's go. He went to Phoenix. He's ring chasing with Phoenix.
Yeah, of course.
No, you're right. I mean, DiVincenzo, great signing though. Great signing.
Yeah, great player. I'm a big DiVincenzo guy.
Got him for a penny, which is awesome.
You got any games for Dylan to watch to see how good DiVincenzo can be?
Nope.
No recommendations?
Got nothing.
None. You should check out the 18 National Championship.
Will do.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one for Michigan. Zion Williamson, the only association league around the world where you can just not play and get $240 million contracts. It's ridiculous.
He does play the whole year. He does look like he's in great shape now, though. I did see a picture of him.
There's a team that's better than Minnesota too.
Yeah, Zion's on the court probably.
Do they still have Eric
Bledsoe? On the court. Eric Bledsoe?
Where's he now?
Who knows? Yeah. Pat Bev's gone after talking on ESPN too he's into the rebuild. Can't believe that.
Bledsoe is, I believe, a Clipper.
You want to talk quickly? We'll go last thing on the NBA. We'll go with Malcolm Brogdon. Huge trade, fleecing of a trade. To be honest with you, does this put? I think the Celtics might be the favorites in the NBA. To be honest with you,
I mean, if you're gonna have ESPN's like BPI index saying they're at 80% favorite for this final, I mean, I'm sure there'll be a
Well,
90.
no one said that. No one said that. I had Warriors in 7. Come on now. Relax. But Brogdon is the piece the Celtics did need. You were even saying it, watching
Yes,
the Celtics
yes.
last week. Like it's the piece they needed, and they're addressing it. So, what do you think, Sims? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's good. They are the betting favorite according to the sports books, which whatever. I mean, I think it's pretty close.
Who cares about that? Who
Yeah,
cares?
I think it's pretty close between them, Milwaukee, the Warriors, and
Yeah.
Phoenix if they stay together. We'll see what happens with DeAndre Ayton.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, they needed a guy like Brogdon. I know the Green Teamers want him to come off the bench, but he should be starting. He's much better than
The
Marcus.
Green Teamers want him off the bench.
Yep. Oh, actually, sorry, they want the 2-point guard lineup because that worked so well and with Kyrie and Marcus Smart. So we want to do that again. Yeah, I think the Danilo Gallinari signing is also huge because we can't have guys like let's see, or Derek White being our number one shooter off the bench. I like Derek White, but he can't be your go-to guy standing in the corner to shoot.
Yeah, this is definitely going to take a lot of pressure off Derek White too with Brogdon. Like he won't have to dribble the ball as much because he's not able to do that. So it's good that he won't have to do it anymore.
Yeah.
No, but the Celtics will go with that 2-point guard lineup though at the end of the game. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You can't take Marcus winning plays Smart off the court.
No. You're right. They probably will, but I don't know. Ime Udoka showed in the finals that he's willing to take Marcus off the floor in the fourth quarter, which I mean they should do. As far as I'm concerned, they should be looking around the league for deals to get rid of this clown, Marcus Smart. He is awful, and he thinks he is the greatest point guard of all time. They could throw him in the Durant deal. Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and 88 first-round picks for Kevin Durant.
I agree. And you see all this like Jaylen Brown like liking tweets. Like I hate that so much. Give me a break. I'm the most disrespected player in Celtics history, and no one likes me. You're a huge Jaylen Brown fan too.
I am. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand the whining. Really.
What was that blasphemy? What was that? Jez was saying like, Durant's. I wouldn't take Kevin Durant.
Well, he's a full-blown green teamer. And I mean, Jaylen Brown probably has had that feeling ever since he was booed on draft night, which I mean, because the very intelligent Celtics fans wanted Chris Dunn at that pick.
I wanted Jamal Murray.
Oh, okay.
Back when I was a green teamer, I wanted Jamal Murray.
Most wanted Chris Dunn, who turned out pretty well. So I mean, Jaylen Brown probably felt that way ever since he got here, but I don't really care. If he signs the contract, he can feel whatever he wants. So he took less money to play here. He's on a team deal.
I could definitely see another, Celtics Warriors rematch. It makes sense based on what the Celtics have done. And but I feel like Milwaukee still kind of like Milwaukee the next year. I feel like they're hungry. They actually care, unlike 0 for the Celtics. I see he's been getting. Did you see some guy on like a boat was like showing him like Curry's your dad things? I guess he's taking it more personally now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, maybe he'll show up in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I did just see though, Dylan, going to football. Jimmy Garoppolo, Seahawks have done their homework.
Yes, they're doing their homework. He is about to play physical, and it's gonna be a QB battle between Drew Lock and Jimmy Garoppolo. We got two great QB
That's
battles.
not a battle. I mean, Garoppolo's got that.
We got two great QB battles on two sides of the country. In Carolina, we got two former top 5 picks. We got Sam Darnold. We got Baker Mayfield going at it head to head. And then on the other side of the country, in Seattle, potentially we could have the great Jimmy G going up against Drew Lock. I mean, this is electric off-season news. I mean, I love it.
I totally forgot about the Baker Mayfield trade.
There's a lot of just like you're basically begging them to trade Jimmy Garoppolo. I can feel it, especially to the Seahawks, man. That you would like that. And,
I love that.
Yeah, but the unfortunate reality, unfortunate for you, fortunate if you can see Garoppolo as a winner. He will be the starting quarterback for the Niners. They might call it a quarterback battle or whatever, but I'm sticking with it. He will be the starting quarterback week 1 for the 49ers. He led them to the NFC Championship. They would have been in the Super Bowl if Jaquiski Tartt had caught the easy interception.
Or if Jimmy G wasn't a sped.
No, he was solid in that game. So he will be the starting quarterback.
I would feel so bad for Niners fans if he's starting week 1. That would just be terrible.
Yeah, no, it'd be bad, but flip side of the coin, if I'm gonna be devil's advocate and take the Chris Semino position, you have these people, these Colin Cowherds, these other people, they're like, yeah, my source is telling me that Trey Lance's arm gets tired and that he needs days off, and there is definitely when people
How is that getting out?
No, listen. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. It might not be true. It might just be people grabbing at headlines. But when people publicly within the Niners organization talk about Trey Lance, it's all positive. But then when there's an anonymous source talking about Trey Lance, it's always negative. I don't know if that means people within the organization just don't want to say anything but positive things, and then the anonymous.
It's obvious that the big network people First Take and because ESPN shows they don't want to show people that go to North Dakota State do well compared to if you go to Ohio State or Alabama, because that's where all their TV deals are, and that's all they're making all the money from those guys in college.
Eastern Illinois.
Or Eastern Illinois, like Jimmy Garoppolo, who nobody cares about, Sims.
I know, but you were saying they wouldn't want to see Trey Lance do well. Why would they want to see Garoppolo do well? He went to Eastern Illinois.
I don't think.
Well, Garoppolo was a Patriot, and he had the huge spotlight with the Tom Brady incident, and that's when he got popular. No one cared about Jimmy Garoppolo. No one even knew who Jimmy Garoppolo was until Brady stunk against the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football, one bad game. So that's when Jimmy got famous, and also when he got too soft to play because he had a sore pinky in New England. That was ridiculous. I don't know what the Niners are going to do. Hopefully Lance is good, but it's getting a little weird. When training camp start in a couple weeks, right?
Starts in a couple weeks. I pray though, Jimmy Garoppolo is on the Seahawks. We go to Seattle. Nick Bosa, blindside, boom, blows out his knee, boom, end of Jimmy G by the hand of Nick Bosa.
I don't even think he needs to hit him to blow out his knee.
F you, Jimmy. I never want to see you play ever again, ever.
Wow.
One guy you might want to see play, though, he's playing in Carolina, Baker Mayfield, the number 1 and number 3 picks in the 2018 draft. This has got to be one of the worst drafts ever, because I was calling for Josh Allen to go number 1 overall. Obviously, Wyoming, everybody knows, close to my heart when he went there. The Browns decided to go with Baker Mayfield. Barkley went 2. Darnold went 3. And now Matt Rule, man, the QB whisperer. He's got 2 guys. I mean, I don't know who's going to choose here. This is going to be an elite battle. Was it you, Dylan, who was saying that Sam Darnold, USC product, was actually good in 2020?
I if you recall, we did our preseason NFL.
Oh, that's right. The Panthers were supposed to go 14-3 last year.
Oh. The record prediction, 14-3, Carolina Panthers.
They were injured. They were injured.
It was looking good for a while.
The defense was good on paper. Thought Darnold was going to take the next step.
JC Horn blew out his ACL. He's a good player.
Yeah, I don't know. But you see Robbie Anderson, when they signed Baker, he said no with the hands over the face emoji. Yeah. He tweeted that. And then he tried to be like, no. I was just backing up my guy, Sam Darnold. We have a great connection. I want Sam to be my quarterback. That's my quarterback.
Oh, yeah, that's his quarterback. He doesn't make him any money. So that's a disaster in Carolina. Isn't Joe Brady there still? Is Joe Brady still there? LSU guy?
Yeah. I believe so.
What
about Cleveland, though? What's Cleveland going to do with the quarterback position?
Jacoby Brissett? Doesn't look like Watson's playing this year.
No, all signs are going towards at least a year-long suspension for him, especially after the Calvin Ridley suspension.
So just another wasted year for Cleveland.
Yes.
I have no answers on that. I guess they're going to go with Brissett. Is Watson going to be allowed to play in preseason games, or is he still indefinitely out? Because he's not actually suspended right now. The Texans were just holding him out.
Yeah.
He's practicing with the team, right? When he can.
Yes. I think that he's allowed to play the preseason, but then the regular season is when the suspension starts.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't play this year so we can beat them and get one win. I don't know if you saw this, Dylan, on the West Coast, but Sim, did you see Mac Jones leaving the gym the other day?
Yeah.
Looking. Oh, have you seen him though, Dylan?
Is he jacked?
He's like legit jacked now. Like actually.
Nice.
So
Good.
what's good is he's jacked. What's not so good is we don't have any coaches,
And
no
he sucks.
receivers, and he sucks. Oh yeah, and he sucks. That's right.
At least,
But I mean,
your guys' O-line is not quite as good, right? You lost.
we traded Shaq Mason for a 5th-round pick. I think we got a new like water boy, a new kicker.
Oh, and you have the first round 69.
Cole Strange.
Cole Strange.
Cole Strange.
I mean, you asked about the offensive line. We actually don't have one good positional group. There's not one.
So, well, see, this is what I'm thinking. Mac's thinking.
Running back's good.
Mac's thinking.
Yeah, running back. Fair enough. That's it.
Mac is looking at the O-line and he's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna get hit," and then got to put on some bulk, right?
I mean, that had to have been it after that disaster in Buffalo and Miami the week before that, Indianapolis the week before that. It was great. I mean, we were in first place in the AFC last year, over halfway through the season. The AFC should have been embarrassed. But here's what it is. This is the time where I'm getting all my news, all my videos. This is the year that Justin Herbert's winning the MVP. Like Herbo for MVP, Chargers to the Super Bowl. Like we'll see with all that.
Should talk to Sydney Toga about that.
About who? To who?
Sydney Toga about Justin Herbert.
Oh, I mean, God, he's probably like Jesus Christ. I mean, he's like the greatest quarterback I've ever seen.
They're gonna finish last
in the division. You think?
Yep,
they could.
Anybody can finish in last in that division other than Kansas City, in my opinion. Even though Kansas City,
not my guy, Russell Wilson, not finishing last.
I think it'll probably be the Raiders.
With McDaniels there, though, McDaniels is legit. They have a legit coach. They didn't have a coach last year, and they were pretty good. And
that might be the Patriots this year. They're not going to have coaches. They're going to be good.
Maybe. But yeah, I have nothing else on the NFL. It's almost getting going.
Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be a good NFL season. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, obviously the Rams are the favorite, but it's wide open.
Ton of good teams this year.
So,
yeah,
looking forward to it. I think that'll do it for this episode then. Thanks for tuning in. Monday, June 11th, 2022. Look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode.